Welcome to the Digital Amateur Television Experimenters Night. This is VK7 OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania. Amateur radio is a worldwide hobby that has many different aspects. Digital television is just one of the many modes and areas that are covered. Maybe you're interested in becoming involved in the DATV Experimenters Nights. Do you realise that you do not have to be a radio amateur or need any ATV equipment to participate anywhere in the world? Also participate in the night by coming up to the Queen's Domain clubrooms. Yes, right on top of the Queen's Domain in the heritage-listed Coast Wireless Station. You never know, we might get you in front of the camera or behind, doing one of the many roles during the night. We get underway with our program on a Wednesday night from 7:30 p.m. local time. We'll see you soon. This is VK7 OTC.
Okay, this is VK7 OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania with our DATV Experimenters Night. Justin VK7TW at the mic, in the studio by myself. So, before we get underway, in recognition of the deep history and culture of this island of Tasmania, we would like to acknowledge the Muwinina people, the original and traditional owners of the land upon which we gather tonight, and we acknowledge and pay our respects to all Tasmanian Aboriginal communities, all of whom have survived invasion, dispossession, and continue to maintain their identity and culture. So, we have a bit of a deep dive tonight into the Remembrance Day Contest results that were released about a week ago, I think, by the contest manager, Alan Shannon, VK4SN, and some fascinating insights that have been discussed on our Discord channel and a few other channels. So I thought what I would start off with is to go through some of those insights that we were starting to see from people diving into the report. Now, the report, if you haven't actually had a look, it's worth a bit of a look at the actual report. Let me bring it up on the screen now. Let me see whether I can get this correct. Have we still got... Yes, we still have the studio microphone. Okay, so on the WII website, on the WII website, it's worth going and having a look in the contests area, the members page, contests area, and the RD contest, and there's a whole list of reports and rules and all sorts of things for going back to, I think, about 2017. But the key one is the Remembrance Day Contest 2025 report. Now, I suppose I'll start off by saying, very first, VK7 won it for the 10th time. So this is our 10th anniversary. I was going to bring a cake tonight, but totally slipped my mind. But we'll do that. We'll do that in a future night. So this is the 10th year that VK7 has won it. But the report says some really interesting stuff, and some for other states. The other states could well and truly be in the running if they put in their their logs. Because some of the things that the report actually says is there were 947 that participated in the contest. However, only 186 put in a log. So the vast majority of people didn't put in a log, and I'd love to know the reason why they didn't put in their log. 30 and only, so from our perspective, we won it convincingly, and I'll go into some stats in a minute to show you how convincingly we actually won it, but only 38% of the VK7 participants put in a log, submitted a log. Now, even with that 38%, we actually did pretty well. So I'll just bring it up. There's a little table in the report which is quite telling. So here's the table from the report. Each state and ZL, and this is the numbers of logs, the logged contacts, and then the modes that were those logged contacts split across modes. There's a bit of a raw score there, and I'll just point out from a raw score point of view, our raw score. So this is the number of points from the contacts in all the contacts in VK7. We are double the number for VK3. You can see there's 10,859 for VK7, and the next highest is VK3 with 5,436. And then if you actually look at the weighting factor, so the weighting factor then contributes to what the weighted score is. VK7, because we put in so many points, and we put in 38.1% of our logs of people who participated put in their log, then our weighting score is 15.74, which the next highest is VK5 with 1.43. And it's just, this is just some of those smaller states, if they really got their act together, smaller states with less people than VK7, smaller territories, they could do pretty well, and do pretty well fairly easily. So, but anyway, so our weighted score 15.74. And lots, we're at least double the number of points from those scores. So okay, what else? The interesting one, actually, I'll flick back to this. The interesting is that very last column. This is the longest licensed ham number, and VK6 took it out with somebody who had been licensed for 67 years, and then VK7 licensed for 60 years, and there's also some VK3s at 60 and a VK1, some VK1s at 60 years licensed, and 67 years licensed in VK6. Absolutely outrageous. Absolutely fantastic. And I think I actually contacted him. I seem to remember, but yeah, that is just off the show, and then it goes into that second to last column is the unique participants per state, and I have to say with VK7, our unique participants is 105, which is that's how we end up with our weighted score because our participation rate's so high. But 105 in a state with basically 600, almost 600 emitters, licensed emitters in the particular state, we did okay. We well and truly did okay, and took it out for the 10th time. Now, the other thing I just wanted to show you, and I'll just, before I do that, I'll just scroll down a little bit, because up in Launceston, Nic VK7 Whiskey, who's running the tech and CW net, up in Launceston, submitted his some pictures of his RD station with some beautiful World War II equipment that he was using, here's some of the pictures that ended up in the report. There's Nic VK7 Whiskey WS rig number 19 Mark III, which is what I just showed you earlier. So he's got his shack, I think from memory, is up in his effectively his loft, and he has some remarkable old equipment that he uses. He was operating CW, and I think he came fifth or sixth, I think, in the CW section. So submitted some great pictures, which Alan included in the report. And you can see the TechNet and the the TechNet's going off right at the moment. Up in Launceston. And there's a few other pictures that they included in the report. Rob VK7MT going portable with an awesome signal as usual. And there was some the VK2 AWX trying a new antenna, a magnetic loop antenna, a small transmitting loop antenna. Ben VK4YT setup. Yeah, a few people submitted some good pictures. Now, just while I'm on it, so the teams result. There were 3 teams from VK7. TOTWOO, which is VK7 TO, TW, and OO. And I was hoping that Steve was going to appear in the not too distant future. In fact, he's out there. I might actually go and grab him. So just stand by. Just stand by. Okay, he's on his way. He's on his way. So, this was a third. Just close the door behind you, Steve, and take a seat. And welcome, Steve, VK7WWs.
Good evening, Justin. What am I in here for?
RD contest.
Rightio.
And congratulations.
Congratulations to you too.
Yes. So from a score point of view, in the single operator phone section, I came first.
Yes.
With what did I? 12:17.
Yep.
And we'll go into why it's 12:17 and not 12:40 soon.
Yes. Moot point, but anyway.
Richard VK7ZBX was second, and third was Steve VK700.
And we had Gary fourth.
And Murray. Murray
fourth.
was fourth, and Hayden was ninth.
Yep.
So, and I'll just point out here, and Ron was 11th.
And it was his first time ever contesting. Is it?
No. I think he's
second.
But he said he certainly improved his score.
Yeah.
Second time. So I just put that in there. So, and can I just say, there were lots of other VK7s in there. This is just like top 11, but there were lots of other VK7s in that single operator phone section. In the single operator, no VK7s in the CW only. But then we moved to single operator mixed. So we had Andrew VK7DW up north as second. Third we had Martin VK7GN. Single operator phone QRP phone. First was Catherine VK7C. So she's normally VK7GH, but she was operating her contest call sign.
And she was in VK2?
She was in VK2. Yep. And I assume given she was operating in VK2, the contest manager would have, if she hadn't indicated where she wanted her points to go.
Yeah, she always wants to go VK7.
Yeah. So that would have added to the total. And then the multi. So this was the channel men shed. came second in the multi section. And this was made up of VK7's GM, CRX, BS, TK, and JGD. So they were the group that made up the Channel Men's Shed
And
group.
they were very active.
On all bands.
Yeah, they were very active, yeah.
Well and truly. Now, I mentioned earlier the teams. If we go to... So the teams... so Lance, TO, myself, TW, and Steve, VK7WWs, we came in with 2,486.
Yep.
Now we only just...
Only just?
Oh, well,
Wow,
84 points. The cronies plus one, which was Richard, VK7ZBX, Murray, ZMS, and Hayden, VK7HH, with 2,402. And then if we jump over the VK4, VK2 team, there were the Lonnie Legends, which was DW, so that was Andrew, Peter, VK7PD, and Ross, VK7 Lighthouse, VK7 Australian Lighthouse. He also has ALH. With 1074. So there you go.
And that's their first time as a team too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They haven't been in there before, I don't think.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Cool. So that's the teams. If we look, so I'm going to, just before we flick to it, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit in the report, because there is some. So Alan does quite a bit of analysis in the report himself. So if I flick across, so logs received by per state, then the Discord channel is going off. Just let me close the Discord channel. Where is the Discord channel? There it is. So it doesn't keep popping up. So, logs received by category per state. So, okay, that gives you a bit of a phone contacts per band per state. Mainly, you'll see we're talking about 40, 80 and 20. And then in the CW, you're talking about 40 and 80 seem to be where people tended to pick up their contacts from. CW contacts per state. And then total band usage, certainly 40, 80 and 20. And then you actually jump to 2 meters and 70 centimeters. They're up in those sort of thousands of numbers. So yeah, it's interesting. The CW, the phone to CW ratio was 13.1. It is a little bit better than in the previous couple of years, but nothing like. If we just scroll down a little bit here, yeah. This chart here, the SSB to CW ratio. So 13. If we go down to like 2015, 14, 15, 17, it's 9-1. So CW was really popular.
Yeah.
And then it sort of jumps up 11 to...
Can I make an observation here?
Yeah.
Around about 2018, the issues when VK7 took off as far as participation went.
Yeah.
And so that would be a lot of SSB participation. That's probably what killed the ratio.
Yeah. And from there, so this year it's
coming back.
It's back to the 2019 sort of level. So maybe maybe there's and there are certainly a lot of people in VK7 who are learning CW actively right at the moment. So you can look out for some improved CW activity. The number of logs is down a little bit. I mentioned earlier, Steve, I can't believe that there were 947 participants and 186 of them put in logs.
Yeah. That's pretty ordinary.
In fact,
Very ordinary.
some of those smaller states and territories probably would have a...
I suspect also that a lot of those participants that didn't put in logs were lighthouses.
Ah, yes, okay.
Because they would be we'll give you a number, but they weren't interested in the RD.
It was, No, actually, excellent point.
Yeah.
And see, that occurs every 2 or 3 years where it falls on the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, but okay, number of logs per category. That's pretty usual. SSB contacts by band, and you can see it's mainly 40, 80, and 20. But
20 is very popular. Yeah.
Well and truly.
Yeah.
And there's also quite a few. There's up in the thousands in 2 and 70. So there's a bit of SSB activity in.
SSB?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
they
that's
call it SSB. They don't differentiate with the FM.
Oh no, they don't.
No.
It doesn't matter what it is. It's just a
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah, it's a voice contact.
Yeah, good
So
point.
3.4 gig and up, 255. They're not going to be SSB.
No, definitely not. Definitely. Well, yeah, well and truly. CW contacts by bands. Okay, mainly 40, 80, and 20, which you'd sort of expect. Although there's a splattering into the VHF and above, into the microwave. So, few people taking advantage of CW in the middle of the night. That
Worth a few points.
1 to 6 triple points. And total contacts per band, which is the standard one, and no records were broken. So it's a fascinating report, and please have a look at it. Now, there's a really informative and educative part of the report right at the end, which is the log errors. So I'll just point out a few here. So if I do, let me do VK7TW. Oh, hang on. That's not, okay, VK7TW. So let's go down to the logs. Okay. So the very top of the screen, VK4EK 42 call falls outside the valid log times or no matching contact found. So one or other of us has logged the contact, and in fact VK4's logged the contact with me, but I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Is that right?
Yep.
The first contact is the one that's logged it.
Yep.
So all the details are right. So 42, 39, but the time obviously fell outside the time, or there wasn't another contact in his log. So he didn't. He's
logged it, but you may not have.
But
or you haven't logged it within the same
period of time. So okay. Let's go to the next one. ZL4UC duplicate. No matching contact found. So,
what does that mean? I did get it 1 or 2 of those myself. I couldn't quite. I do remember, but I don't remember what it was.
So that's 10, 39. So I haven't done the stupid thing of putting in the same thing. Duplicate.
No matching contact found.
No matching contact found. Okay.
A bit mysterious, that one.
No, don't know. Okay, let's go to the next one. HH. This is Hayden. 36. It's not 39.
Yep.
He's put in 36 and not 39. Now, I could have said 36.
But he should know better.
Okay. No. But hey, this is good. QP.
This is near the end of the contest.
So this is yeah, good point. Linda 59 and put in
54.
54. Oh, this is the one you pointed out to me.
It looks correct, doesn't it?
No, because you're 39.
Oh, 39. Oh, you
I
put the
put
wrong
in
number there.
39. I put in 39.
Oh, okay.
That's what I did.
Mine was not 39.
No.
Yeah.
So
42 or 43, I can't remember.
But not 39.
Not
and I've just done
39,
39,
Yep.
and haven't picked it up when I checked the log, which that's painful. Now the next one down.
Lance's log checker would have picked that up.
Oh, well, I ran it through. Lance's.
It should have picked it up.
Oh,
It should point out that you've got an invalid exchange.
Okay. Now, next one is below it, is directly below it, VK5OG. So, come on. VK5OG, invalid received exchange. And in fact, it's interesting because Warren also had an invalid exchange at 19.
Yeah, he's given out the wrong number for some reason.
So,
he may have been giving out 19 when he had in his log, in his VKCL, a different number.
yeah,
Even
okay.
Spot, yeah.
So ZMS 27, he put in 23, not 39. So, okay.
Simple mistakes, but
2DBN 54, put in 34, not 39.
Yep.
CIL put in 38, not 39.
Yep.
These are simple. These is just straight out wrong. 38. Well, he's put it in the first time wrong, and then just assumed it was right for the rest of the contacts.
Yep.
So CIL exactly the same. He's just assumed that it's the same. So everyone. So VK5D, no matching contact found.
Had a couple of trouble with VK5D as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
VK6 3939. And I think that's actually and C. VK6 VK2 LEE did exactly the same thing. It's 3939, and I'm not sure whether that's right. DIK, so Dick up in Ulverston, he put in 59, not 39.
He had a lot of log errors when you come across his call sign. There's a lot in there.
Correct.
One of a few stations with a lot.
VK4, okay, that's VK7 KK, so Reg. He had 66, no matching contacts found. So interesting. Don't know whether Reg logged my contact with him. K2, no matching contacts found. This is again 7 PEP, no matching contacts found. 7 and 39.
When we get into this area, we'll see all the reasons. Yeah.
Okay, so
there's your KK contact, and so that was 039066. That looked the same, doesn't it?
that looks right. That looks good. And see, 7ID, the next one down, he was 4. KT was 33. GN was 59.
Yeah.
I just no matching contacts found. Whether they
I sat down with all this information and I put it into a spreadsheet, and I meticulously matched up all the errors against my log.
Okay.
And was able to work out who was at fault, whether it was my fault or the other station.
But
That's the only way you can do it. You just simply marry them up against line by line.
Okay.
And against your log.
Okay.
It takes you about an hour or so to go through it all.
But so that's the reason why. Can I just say that's the reason why my 1240 became 1217.
Well, I lost 50 odd points. So.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
I don't feel so bad now.
and PMS lost 50 points. You know.
Now we were talking about that. We don't know whether CMS put it through Lance's log checker or not.
They didn't.
They could have.
When you look in the log errors, a lot of their issue was that they had invalid contact times, and the reason was when they transcribed their paper log into electronic log, they got the day wrong. Time right, day wrong. So it was outside contest times.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Now, hang on. We and hello to all our online viewers. Huge number, and shout out to I know Andy was on there early. Darren, VK4GEO, John Hall. Good evening. Andrew Elwell, Bronson. Hayden's on there as well. Ham Radio DX. Stephen, 3TTF. So our DATV contact. And Lisa's on there. Tasmanian Stargazer. Hello, Lisa. Dan Hill. David 7DBX, Ron RM, David Goodrick. Hello, David. Saw you walking home as I was coming here. Matt VK7MAT. Hello. Now, not bad. Dan's talking about being attacked by a magpie. Well, having just come back from Adelaide, the magpies are active and swooping. I tell you what, they do. Thank you, Lisa. Congrats to all participants. Fantastic. Good Tasmanian effort, actually. Gary. Hi, all team. We were scored at 50 points less than what we claimed using VKCL, so there must be a few slip-ups. Oops. And Gary, can I suggest you have a look at the error log online? I think we could have maybe got over some of those issues if we'd put the log through Lance's log checker. So, but okay.
And Lance is going to make some improvements to that too.
Okay.
Because the current version wouldn't check for times that are outside the contest period, but he's going to update it so that it will. Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been improving it every year. It's good.
Well and truly. And Gary, even though you still came second in the multi with a bloody good score, so yeah, don't certainly don't put yourself down. That's fantastic. So, what's your take, Steve? What's your thought on the results, the RD results?
I'm a bit disappointed with the issue with my call sign.
Oh, okay.
Because
VK700
people frequently log it as VK700. I had a single person cost me 30 points because of that mistake. Because every contact I made with them, especially in the triple points time, they logged it incorrectly.
Okay.
Now, in previous years, the contest manager has picked up that error and deducted the points from the station making the mistake, but not deducted it from me.
Yep.
He hasn't done that this year, so I lost 40 points, I think.
Okay.
42 points because of that error. And 30 of those were with one station.
And that's the whole thing with VKCL. If you put it in wrong once and then just keep
reinforcing
it. When in fact, VKCL should be picking that up and going, that's an invalid call sign.
Well, unfortunately, that's not going to happen, is it?
No, it's not. But
it can't.
Okay.
N1MM will not allow you to do that.
Yeah.
But VKCL will let you do all sorts of weird things.
Okay. All right.
But that's for me. It's like I have to seriously think about whether or not, if I'm going to take up contesting more seriously, I can't use my own call sign. I'll have to go and get another call sign.
Well, you can get a contest call sign.
I could, but you've got to pay for those.
Oh, correct.
I can get another 2-letter call sign that I don't have to pay for.
Okay. Right.
Which would be
or pay once. Yes.
Yeah. So you can do it that way.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like I like the call sign, but it doesn't go down well. People just keep writing 700. So yeah, and if it's going to cost me points, that's not good.
No. Correct.
Not that I don't care about the other station. I'd like them to not lose points as well, but you know.
But it's we put in things that will enable us to hopefully pick that up before it's submitted. But still, okay.
I think I did pretty well on getting the right frequency or band.
Okay.
I don't think I made mistakes in that area.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Or if I did, I picked them up before I submitted the log.
Cool.
So I've improved a lot in that respect.
Okay.
I used to make that mistake a lot.
Okay.
So yeah, but overall the contest, as borne by the results, there's not as many people around. Not as conditions weren't as good. So yeah, we still did all right, especially within VK7. We did very well, but it was difficult to fill in the gaps.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got strategies in mind to sort it out next year.
Oh well and truly, and we have had the discussion about the VK7 rule being introduced, or some sort of VK7.
Any anti-VK7 rule that they introduce, we will find a way around it. but how can they disadvantage us? I mean,
no.
We scored twice as many points as the next nearest state.
Correct.
We put more logs in than any other state at all, outright.
It's but and you rightly, and I included that in the broadcast,
I saw that, yes,
your
you did.
comment, because it's spot on. It's not just participation, it's the number of points to start with. So, you know, both things are working in our favour there. So it's yeah. But I just can't get over 947 participated,
Yeah.
and 186 put in logs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, how many of those would have been lighthouses, do you reckon?
Well, let's be generous and say a third.
Okay.
Yeah, that's generous.
But still, okay. That's what 300 of them were lighthouses.
Potentially. Yeah.
But there's that means the logs. We have a potential of 600 logs.
Yeah. There's still only 186 submitted. Yeah.
That's just frustrating.
And I think the submission rate. I think our submission rate was 37%, which would be pretty high compared to some other states.
Well and truly.
Yeah.
Well and truly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so congratulations to VK7. Fantastic. We do need to have we've won it 10 years in a row cake in future.
People have asked for that.
And then make a big hoo-ha and put it in AR so we can piss off everybody else. No, I didn't mean that. But so yeah, it's fantastic effort by VK7, and yeah, we've just got to work on putting in logs across Australia on how do we get people to put in logs.
Yeah, that's got to be the biggest single thing.
Just
I know it's easy to forget, and suddenly it's the deadline sneaks up and you're not quite ready, and especially if you've done a paper log and you've got to transcribe it.
Oh, okay.
But kudos to CMS. They had what 5 or 6 operators, and they paper logged everything.
Correct.
And still got it in within a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was all right.
Well and truly.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of work because they made an awful lot of contacts. So it was a lot of work to correlate, because I know Greg contacted me a few times and bits and pieces to do a bit of a check log, and which turned out to be okay. So that was good, but it is an awful lot of work. Oh, here we go, John. You did mean that. Oh well, you know we got to show them how it's done. We got to show us how it's done, John. So yeah, but no, fantastic effort and great. It was good fun. It's the one contest that I probably put the most effort into.
I tried the last 24 hours, and I got to 5:30 in the morning, and I literally hit the wall. And I fought my way through it, and by 6:30 I was falling off the chairs.
Right, okay. Okay.
So I'm not doing that again.
I just don't have a problem staying up for 24 hours. I don't know how long that's going to last, but
Yeah, I used to be able to, but I took the whole week off beforehand, and I made sure I was well rested.
Yeah,
and got enough sleep
okay.
as much as possible, and I still couldn't do 24 hours.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll go back to my old scheme, put an hour sleep here and an hour sleep there, sort of thing.
Well, do what Murray, because Murray went into his sleep pattern thing.
Yeah.
Where you do the 3 hours, so you make all the contacts, have an hour's sleep, and then make all the contacts again, etc., etc., etc. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's why he didn't come third.
Oh no, but well and truly,
He slept too many times.
correct. Because and the strategy that I used is you make those 3 hourly VHF and microwave contacts and go straight to HF. And spend the next 2 hours or whatever on HF.
You did really well on HF.
But that was the strategy. And then in 3 hours' time, come back to VHF and a UHF, make all those contacts, and then go straight back to HF.
Yeah. Well, see, what I need to do for next year, which I said I was going to do last year and didn't, I need to get a low noise receiving antenna.
Yeah.
I know that people can hear me and I can't hear them.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I've got a big problem with noise, especially on 40 and 80.
Yep.
So I need a low noise receiving antenna. So,
actually, that's a good point. Is there a rule against using a web SDR?
Receiver and transmitter have to be in the same location.
Ah, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
I and that wouldn't surprise me. That actually wouldn't surprise me. And so that's right, because the remote, you can use a remote station, but everything's got to be at the remote station.
Yeah.
So yes. So yeah.
There are low noise receiver antennas that you can build.
Yeah. Oh, no, well and truly.
And the one that I'm looking at building is K9AY, is it?
Okay. Yes.
And,
the Delta.
It's a Delta.
Yeah.
And it's steerable.
Yep.
But
yeah.
it will take up the whole backyard.
Yeah.
So it can only be set up for the RD and then taken down straight afterwards.
Okay. Right.
Because there's really nowhere else to put it in the yard. It'll have to be right plonk in the middle of the lawn.
One of my G5 RVs was like that and came down straight after the contest because it was tied to the neighbour's garage.
One year I converted my NFED half wave on 80 metres into a full wave. Sorry, a dipole on 160.
Okay.
So one end of it went right down to the front fence. And that was strictly, you're allowed there for 3 days. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can work with that. We can work with that. I love it. Now, John, VK4 MUD. So, thank you for your comments. I didn't really mean that, but but yeah, it's interesting. I just find it VK7's got its act together because we do a fair bit of advertising. We get a fair bit. We've got,
and we G each other up.
Correct, and get everybody excited about it and actually involved, and make sure that they put their log in. In fact, it's almost bordering on harassment.
well, just one of the strategies we've got is most of the southern VK7s are on our Discord, and a certain number of the ones in the north. And we just hammer them on the RD part, and with constant updates on how the log submissions are going, etc., and time to put your logs in. You've got 3 days left. All this sort of stuff.
All that.
Yeah, it's just every day there's a little bit of information going in there, and I drive that myself.
No, that's good.
And make sure that people are sort of interested in what's going on.
Well, truly.
And that gets a few more logs in. Yeah.
And that's fantastic, Steve. It's just so there's a bit of a sort of a concerted effort. That's what I'm sort of seeing, and it pays off. You know, we've got it for the last 10 years. So you know, it's worth if you've got the ability to do that in some of the maybe in some of the smaller states. The bigger states would be a bit of a challenge, but
I don't know that VK2 or VK3 will ever win the RD. I think VK5's got a chance.
VK6?
Yes, VK6 done it before and they could do it again.
Yep.
VK4 would be able to, but it'd be a bit more of a challenge, I think, because it's still a fairly big state and it's fairly spread out.
Yep.
But yeah, VK2 or 3.
But what about VK1 and VK8?
VK1,
if they got their act together.
Well, VK8 is a very large area with not very many people in it, so only a few of them are going to be able to make contact with it. And the key thing is you need a bunch of people to be able to make contact with each other with VHF and up.
Yeah.
So that's important. So if they're spread out too far, that's against them.
Yeah.
So yeah, VK1 could do it because they're so close to VK2 as well. They've got the immediate area around
well,
them.
Truly.
There is no reason why VK1 can't win the RD. And they should find it easy to do.
Well and truly. Oh, now, Matt, it would be interesting to explore why people don't submit the oil logs. Definitely, just the numbers, and even if you know,
because they know they're not going to win. Well, why bother putting it in?
Oh, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
well, there's that. I mean, VK7's going to win again. What's the point?
Oh well, okay. So that's but encourage you. I'll put in the video description the link to the report, so you can go straight there. It is worth a look, especially if you did submit a log. Have a look at the error log, because
error report,
well and truly, it can teach you things for next time. And make sure that you check those things next time before you submit the log.
Yeah,
so
recording receive signal exchanges is probably the single biggest issue that goes on.
Yep.
Incorrectly recording a call sign is the next biggest one, and I had a lot of trouble with that in previous years.
Yep. I didn't this year. I did before, But I actually didn't have one that said they weren't in the contest. Like I'd logged, I'd fictitiously come up with a call sign. So that was one thing that I didn't have this year. Which
I had a VK3 where I got the exchange wrong, and I contacted them more than once, and I got the exchange wrong every time. So
the
they
VKCL
lost those
thing.
points, but it wasn't. There was only a few contacts, so
yeah, okay,
it wasn't a big deal.
No, okay.
But that was my fault entirely.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Fantastic, Steve. Now you're welcome to stay around. This is a segment of, and now for something completely different.
Oh, what different is this?
I was going through a whole lot of stuff just recently, looking for photos and all sorts of stuff. But I came across a whole lot of stuff that I did when I was really into black and white photography.
Oh, okay.
And I did a whole lot of experiments. Now, document camera. What's happened with our document camera? Our document camera has decided to not do its thing. Let me just do a bit of a reset here. See whether we. Oh, that didn't do anything, did it? Ah. Okay. Well, it's
Frozen in time.
absolutely frozen in time. All right, let's come back here, and what we'll do. I wonder.
Has it got an on-off switch?
Well, yeah, just bear with me. Oh no, that's all right. I had to switch this off earlier, and I suspect what's happened is it's decided it's decided to do something funny and remap the USBs. Anyway, that's okay. What we'll do, so if I studio front. We'll zoom right in and get it to focus. Now what you've got there is a photo of a dart hitting a balloon.
Oh, okay. You managed to get it, did you?
Well, this absolutely fascinated me because you'll notice the dart is in mid-air. The balloon is in the process of collapsing.
Oh, okay.
Now, what that is, so I've cheated here because this says 10 milliseconds.
Yep.
So I built, I got really interested in sound triggers, and I built a little box, and this is a little battery operated box, which just has a whole lot of delays on it. 0.5, 1, 2.5, these are milliseconds, I think, and 10 milliseconds. And then there's a sensitivity pot on it, and you plug in a microphone, and it's got a little mute fire switch on it, so it makes it live when you want to fire. And you've got a flash connector here, which all the flash does is put the contact to ground.
Yep. To
get the flash to fire. So what you do is you set in, and I'm talking about not digital SLRs. I'm talking about film SLR cameras.
Yeah.
So single lens reflex cameras. You set the speed knob. There is a B setting, a bulb setting.
Yeah, which opens up the aperture.
It just
opens up the lens. Yeah.
opens up the shutter.
Yeah.
Opens up the shutter and keeps it open. And so what you do is in a dark room, you put it on bulb, and then set the sound trigger to the time you want and the sensitivity and everything, and then set it to fire. And then when the dart hits the balloon and goes bang, it delays the flash by however much the delay is on the box. Now this is a little Prac Electronics 555 design.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That I built up, and then at about the same time I was getting into microcontrollers. So I then went and built using a microcontroller are slightly more controlled.
Yeah.
So if we zoom in here, given we don't have our document camera, okay, and let it focus. So you've got, I decided to use a whole lot of thumb wheels because I absolutely love thumb wheels.
Yep. Good,
But you set the thumb wheels, and what you're looking at there, that little one there is basically 1 microsecond.
Yep. Wow.
That's the minimum amount of time. And the way that I did that was, in the microcontroller code, each instruction, they have the number of cycles that particular instruction takes.
Yep.
Based on the clock rate, etc., etc., etc. So you can work back very carefully and work out exactly the amount of time that those instructions in that loop are going to take.
Oh, okay.
And that's how you can get...
So you didn't use interrupts?
No. No, I'm actually not sure whether I used interrupts for the actual trigger of it. And then... I knew that
ran a loop with a loop time, yeah.
that I knew the amount of time that loop was in there based on the thumb wheels. So you put the thumb wheels in, you input that figure with the little switch that's here. You input that in, and that LED goes on so that you know that it's loaded that particular number. And then this one here is the arm switch. So you arm it so that it's ready to go off. So, and then there's a sensitivity. There's a sensitivity. I put the microphone in through a little op amp, and so you've got a sensitivity control on the microphone. And you do a little bit of a test and get the flash to go off with the bang that you want and all of that sort of stuff. So you can set the sensitivity, but you then arm it and open up the camera. In fact, you open up the camera first because I had a problem. I remember this. I had a problem that opening the shutter with the bulb setting set the thing off. Because SLR cameras are mechanical devices
and quite noisy.
So you get into a bit of a sequence, and you arm it, and then you do whatever you have to do to blow up the balloon or whatever. So I tried a whole lot of things with balloons, and you can see I've written on the back of here 10 milliseconds. So that was 10 milliseconds after the bang, and it's about halfway. The dart is about halfway through the balloon.
Yep.
Some of the other ones that I tried, and the one that's relevant to amateur radio is I tried a whole lot of. Actually, there's another interesting one. I tried a whole lot of blowing capacitors up.
Oh, fun!
So, as you do. So I had a.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah, don't try this at home, and definitely don't try this at home. But you can see here. This is when it focuses. Come on. You can see here there's a little box here with 2 terminals on it that I put a capacitor across, and then set the camera and everything on. And I did this with a telephoto lens so that I could get the camera away from what was exploding. Last thing I wanted to do was blow the camera up. And then I applied, I think I had a 50 volt 10 amp power supply, so 500 watts through a capacitor that was probably like 16 volts or something.
And you hook the capacitor up backwards to make
of course, make sure. So this is 0.5 milliseconds. So 0.5 milliseconds, so thousandth of a second. So the capacitor is well and truly distributing itself into space.
They stink.
Yep. 2.5 milliseconds. You can see that's just and you can actually see here. This is the can of the capacitor that has blown itself sideways and released all of its insides off to the side. And this is 2.5 milliseconds after the applying the voltage.
So the graph paper, does it tell you how fast it was going?
Well, if you've actually got something that you can measure, so there is something just here.
Yeah, a bit of fluff, yeah.
So these are centimetre segments.
Yep.
So you could work out how quickly that's going, because it's 2.5 milliseconds after the explosion.
Yeah.
So in 2.5 milliseconds, that has travelled 1, 2, 3, oh hang on, go up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 centimetres.
So where was the starting point?
Just down here.
Just down there, was it?
Between those two terminals.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
That can would have been between those two terminals.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So you can work out how fast it was going. This was an interesting one. There was just a whole bunch of sparks all coming out, and I haven't written on here what the number was, but a whole lot of sparks was shooting out of the side of the can, and of course the sparks are light, so they're going to register on the film as well. So that was an interesting one.
How many capacitors do you have?
Oh, fair few. This is another one, a 2.5. So I think I may have done some experiments and ended up with 2.5 is the one that actually captures it exploding. You can see there is a wad of fluff coming out of the...
Something hurling off into the distance.
Oh yeah, well actually out here. So you can see the trajectory is where the capacitor was, straight out here, and it keeps going. And that was one that I did with a dark background in the back. Here's another one, which is a balloon, me popping a balloon, 5 milliseconds. Oh, hang on, come on, focus.
Not going to.
No, it's not going to. Oh, there we go. And you can see the balloon collapsing. That's 5 milliseconds. So it's a fair way after the bang. And I've got a pin in my hand. A pressurized Milo tin. So I've got the Milo tin. I think I probably poured hot water or something into it to create a bit of pressure, and then got a spoon and went very carefully, click to blow the lid.
Oh, okay.
And that was...
I know something far more spectacular.
How
peroxide.
do I read that? 10 milliseconds. That was 10 milliseconds.
Oh, okay.
F4.5. So, interesting one. Actually, I'll do a bigger one here. Interesting one was with a match. So lighting a match. Now, what's wrong with that picture?
What's wrong with your picture? The hand's in the wrong place, isn't it? I don't know.
No, that's what makes the noise.
Right.
And then the light of it striking registers on the film. So the noise is actually me with the match on the striker. So that's what does the flash, which makes my hand still on the striker pad.
Oh, okay. So that's the flash, and then
and then
after the flash, you've got darkness again with just the light.
The light of the match lighting.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So you look at that picture and you go, that doesn't look right.
Yeah. That's an interesting picture.
That doesn't look right. Here's another one where it's a bit of a... There's a bit more of an arc there, which is not bad, and you can see the bits and pieces behind it. But again, the match is the thing that's making the noise, and then now what else is here? Oh, now this is an interesting one. This is another balloon one, which is 1 millisecond. So literally, the 1 millisecond after the dart has hit the balloon is just collapsing. It's only just collapsing. and the dart's still.
So how far does the balloon have to burst for it to make enough sound to set the trigger off?
Literally, when the dart, the pin of the dart, starts to collapse the balloon.
Oh, okay.
1 millisecond. That's not much.
No,
it's not much. Hang on. Oh well, this is interesting. We'll do a comparison here. So that's 1 millisecond. This is 5 milliseconds, and the balloon's almost all gone.
Yeah.
Dart's still in the air.
Yeah.
So, just absolutely fascinating. And then, well, and that's 10 milliseconds. So, 1, 5, and 10. I think what's actually happening there is 10. The actual balloon rubber is rebounding.
Yeah.
It's sort of going bang and
Back
sort
out
of
again. Back out again. Yeah.
and back out again. So I think that might be it. I did. This is a piece of my piece of my mother's pottery which she didn't want anymore. So I grabbed it and hit it with a hammer to see what I could actually do with it. And of course the flash went off. But you needed to slow everything down because the cracking is a lot slower.
Yeah.
And I did some. I couldn't find it, but I did do some.
The kind of thing you only get one go at, though, isn't it?
Oh, well and truly, you can blow up another balloon and do it again. But there was some that I did with light globes and the smashing of light globes, but I couldn't. I damn well couldn't find it. So yeah. But anyway, that was my playing with sound triggers and coming up with so there's a bit of electronics in there. Sound trigger number 2 is written on the side. And we were. I had the privilege of having a black and white dark room as well.
Oh, okay.
So I was developing all of this as well. So absolutely loved photography. So yeah, that was a long time ago. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that 555 microcontroller and some interesting results, sound trigger results.
Nowadays should use an Arduino.
Well, you would, because it's an 8748 in here. That's what's in here as a Intel microcontroller, because that's what I was actually using at work for a lot of the test equipment that we were building. So it was yeah. So that's the situation. Now it would be interesting to explore. No, I've said that. Well, I'm in late. Colin from VK. Okay. Great show, lads. I'm parked and heading into work. This is WWII. This is Eric. Have a wonderful evening. So thank you, Eric. Now, space weather report. Finish off with space weather report. There is nothing significant going on right at the moment. Just let me double check. There was a HF warning. HF communications warning for Australia has been so geomagnetic activity has been observed 15th of September, caused depressions in the maximum usable frequencies.
Yep, that's that. Yep.
MUF may continue to be depressed over the 16th and 17th, particularly night hours. Equatorial scintillation is possible. Okay. So that's the only space weather warning that's out right at the moment. We have a Standard Advanced and Regulations Day on Saturday. I think we've got a couple of people booked for their Standard Advanced and Regulations assessments. So good luck for those people who are coming along. And now next week will be a fascinating demonstration, presentation on how to use the RSGB EMR, so electromagnetic radiation calculator, for your antennas that are in your backyard, and how to calculate exclusion zones and all of that sort of stuff based on the type of antenna. There's lots of different types of antennas that are already in there. Most of what you've got in your backyard, apart from the more obscure antennas. I'm thinking about your 160 meter magnetic loop and my magnetic loop. But most of the, the dipoles, the NFEDs, the et cetera, the hex beams, the blah, 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 they are all available in the calculator already. So you can put them in, put in some of the distances that you've got away from things, and it will give you the exclusion zone bits and pieces. So it is how you use that, how you calculate it, and then you can store that away. If you are looking to get a high power license, experimental license, then you can use this information to actually submit your high power submission to application to the ACMA. So that's what we've got next week. It'll primarily be run by Phil VK2 ASD, and I'll be assisting him. But that's our presentation. So that's our September presentation night.
Oh, right. Yep.
Can I just say, and then we're back to normal. Back to normal. First Wednesday night is a presentation night. Second Wednesday night's a forum night, and the rest are ATV nights. So yeah, that's your blooming lot. So thank you, Steve.
That's okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll yeah, I'll drop those links that I talked about for the RD contest report in the video description. This has been VK7 OTC, the club station of the Radio and Electronics Association of Southern Tasmania, with our DATV Experimenters Night and 73. Have a fantastic week. Cheers.